right, so today we'll be looking at Sweet Betsy from Pike. So if you'll go ahead and open your scores, you're going to be turning to the page that's marked page 5. And we're going to be starting in measure 32. And give me a thumbs up when you're there. Yes, okay. So we worked in our etude on a kind of complicated rhythm, right? And we're just going to get back into that again. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 4. And now let's do that together. So I'm going to give you one full round of that and then just jump in with me when you're ready, okay? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 4. Good, now let's switch out those numbers. And we're going to say our vowels that we're going to be singing with that rhythm. So it's going to be ooh, ah, ee, ooh, ah, ee, ooh, ah, ee, a. Now if you'll notice, that's not the 1, 2, 4 part of the rhythm, right? So in measure 32, what's the first rhythmic note that we have?
A dotted quarter.
Yes, and what happens next?
Basically another dotted quarter.
Right, exactly. What's this little sign right here in your music? You're going to have to double check your notes to know whether it's one or two types of things. Does anybody know what that is?
Is it a tie?
Yes.
It's a
Why
tie.
not a slur?
Because it's on the same pitch.
Yes, very good. Okay, so we're just trying to connect this rhythm right here. That's why we have that right there. And then this is a... Right, a lovely little break. Okay, great. So let's put that together with our vowels. I'm going to just start saying them, and you jump in when you're ready. It's going to be ooh, ah, ee, ooh, ah, ee, ooh, ah, ee, a. Ooh, ah, ee, ooh, ah, ee, ooh, ah, ee, a. Again. Ooh, ah, ee, ooh, ah, ee, ooh, ah, ee, a. Good. Okay. So now we're going to put some consonants in there. Give me some clean consonants, and we're going to sing that pickup as well. So we're in 2-2 time, so it's going to look like this. My pattern's going to be a 2-2 pattern for you. So 1, 2, 1. And then we're going to be jumping right in. And singing comes in on which beat in 2-2?
2.
Yes, very good. If we were in 4-4, what beat would that be?
3.
3, right? That's a little confusing, right? You have to make those rhythms smaller in your head than you're used to thinking of them, right? That quarter note's only worth half a beat. All right, here we go. So, sing in ooh, ah, ee, ooh, ah, ee, ooh, ah, ee, a with consonants. Here we go. Sing in too-ra-lee, ooh-ra-lee, ooh-ra-lee, a. Yeah, notice on that second measure where we have that, we don't have a T, right? We just have an ooh. Good. Here we go. We're going to do it one more time. Sing in too-ra-lee, ooh-ra-lee, ooh-ra-lee, a. Sing in too-ra-lee, ooh-ra-lee, ooh-ra-lee, a. Yeah, how does everybody feel about that?
I feel like the 2 and the ooh they're supposed to be the same as the ra, but we're not making them the same as the ra.
Let's see that. Sing in too-ra-lee, ooh-ra-lee, ooh-ra-lee, eh?
Because when we did it with the 8th notes, they were both worth 3.
Yes, they were
But
3.
now they're not, it seems like they're not worth 3. Can we do the 8th note underneath?
Yes. Can we go back to counting it 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then try to switch over? So let's do a measure where we're saying 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, ooh, rah, and then switch into saying the word. Okay? Can we try that?
Wait, say that again.
Yes. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then we're going to switch into speaking it as too-ra-lee. Okay? And let's try to alternate measures. Let's see how that goes. Okay? So count for one of those, then say your words, count, then say your words. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, Raleigh. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, Raleigh. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, Raleigh. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, Raleigh. Yes, I think that fixed itself by the time we got done with it, okay? Woo, let's try that one more time with our words. Okay, and we'll say one measure where we count, and then let's jump in with to Raleigh, and just do that until we're tired of it, okay? Here we go. So I'm going to count you off with 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, then come on and sing in that, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, Raleigh, 2 Raleigh, 2 Raleigh, 2 Raleigh. Okay. Do we feel a little bit more secure on that?
Yes.
Just a little bit?
Yes.
Okay. Let's look at a simpler rhythm. Take a break from that one for 1 minute. And you're going to be looking at part 3. So measure 36. And tell me what beat does that voice first start singing on?
The bottom voice,
Yes.
beat the last half of beat 1.
Yes, very good. So it's 1 as a rest, and so we're going to moving, and then it's going to be 2E, that rest would be, and the second part of that second beat, okay? That's a little weird, but it's going to be, okay? That's those 2 measures at the bottom. Let's try singing that together, okay? So if it helps you to subdivide, as this is like 4, 4 in your head, think 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then we'll sing, okay? Does that help everybody a little bit more than 2, 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna count you off to 4. Here's what your vocal part is gonna sound like. You can sing it in a lower octave around the kind of middle C if that helps you, and jumping on up, okay? So it would be 1, 2, okay? Here we go, I'm counting you off to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, okay, good, let's do that a few times in a row. You ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, Raleigh, Raleigh, 1, 2, Raleigh, Raleigh, 1, 2, Raleigh, Raleigh. Good. Let's see what happens on the next page. Where does that voice come in at the top of the next page?
The and of 1.
Yes, very good. Okay. So that's going to be, and then we'll hold that the full value, okay? Let's sing that part. I'm going to count you off to 4 again, and you're going to hear a 1, and then come in. You ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Yes, lovely. You even held that the whole time for me. Good. Let's do that again. We're going to loop it a few times. Did that feel easy? That part right there? Okay. Then let's go ahead and connect it with the part before. Now it's going to be a little weird on your page turn because you're going to have to think, I can't come in at the start of that measure. Okay? I'm going to count you off to 4. Here's what it's going to sound like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, Raleigh. Ooh, let me give you that but better. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, Raleigh, Raleigh, 2, Raleigh, and then we won't hold that the full time. I'm going to cut you off, okay? Here we go. I'm counting 4 beats for you, and then you're coming in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, Raleigh, Raleigh, 2, Raleigh, and cut off. Good. Let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, Raleigh, Raleigh, before we wrap up for today, we're gonna look at these rhythms, right? Because this is part 1 and 2's rhythm. This is part 3's rhythm. They're happening at the same time. Okay, so we're gonna do something where I'm gonna demonstrate for you first, and then you're gonna tell me how to map this out, okay? So, whenever this part moves, I'm gonna draw a down arrow, okay? So that I see where it lines up with part 3 down here, okay? And whenever this part moves, I'm gonna draw an up arrow so I see where it lines up with parts 1 and 2, okay? So, in my first measure, there's a rest in this part, so I'm not gonna draw anything. They're not moving yet, okay? This note comes in. The next movement that we have, let's see, this is 1.5 beats. This comes in on the start right here before this beat is done, right? Okay, so I'm gonna draw a line up. Yeah, everybody's following so far. Okay, let's see what happens next. This is worth 2 if we were counting this in 4/4 time, right? 1, 2. This would have to come in before we're done with beat 2, right? So this is gonna be moving next. Okay, now that is done, I think all of this is gonna come in before we're done here, okay? So this is a little funky to look at. All right, and this is a tie, so we're not gonna draw any more arrows because this part doesn't need to sing that again, okay? And then these are both half a beat, so they're gonna come in at exactly the same time, okay? It looks a little weird because they don't line up perfectly, but you should hear parts 1 and 2, part 3, 1 and 2, 3, 3, and then you should be moving together, silence right here, but you would hear this part right here move, okay? So let's make that arrow one-sided. Good. You wanna try that with me? Okay, so are we moving, which part's moving first, or are they moving together? Both, okay, good. And which part moves next? This is gonna have to be held for 1.5 beats. This will be done after 1 beat is done if we're counting it in 4/4, right? So this one, yeah, good. Okay, there's my up arrow. What happens right here?
Parts 1 and 2 move.
Yes, very good. And then, what part moves next? Remember, this is our tie. I'm not gonna think that they're moving. Which part moves next? Yes, very good. Okay, and our last thing that we're gonna do, this last measure, who's moving right here?
In the last measure, beat 4. Well, the second measure, I'm sorry. The last one.
Oh, thank you, we skipped one right here. This one down. Good, thank you, Elaine. All right, right here.
Parts 1 and 2.
Good, down. This only lasts for 1 beat, if we're counting it in 4. This lasts for more, right? So this part next, sound good? Okay. Then which part?
Part 1.
Mm-hmm, very good. Part 1, what next? Part 1's gotta hold this, so it won't move again until right here, yeah? Let's go ahead and get that arrow in. These will happen at the same time, right?
Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah. So we know that we should hear this before we get to here. Okay. All right, so when you hear someone singing next to you, if they're singing part 3 and you're singing 1 and 2, you'll sing, you'll hear them, you'll move, you'll hear them again, and it'll be your turn. Okay, that's how it works. All right, that is all for today.
Hopefully that all happened. Now you just